Good morning, my friends. This is a throwback episode. This episode video, I did a lot of work on it, and I'm using it today for a few of you who have not seen it. It's stretching ground beef into making 15 meal starters, and I hope you enjoy it.
Everybody, today you're going to find me in the kitchen, and this is going to be a big video. Today we are going to take 9 pounds of ground beef, and we are going to make multiple meals with it to freeze. I did a video like this a little over a year ago, and it was so successful. And I like doing this once in a while just to stock up my freezer with some homegrown food that is easy to prepare. I'm getting all of my recipes from this magazine, and it's called Ground Beef. I have no idea where it came from, as far as I don't know the name brand of it. But what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to be using so many recipes, I'm going to scan off the recipes into a PDF file, and then you can email me if you would like to have that file, because it is a lot of recipes that we're going to be making today, and it would be a lot of typing for me. So what I'm going to do is, once again, at the end of this video, I will share with you my email, and you can email me and I will send you a copy of a PDF file of these recipes. So let's get started on recipe number 1, because this is going to be quite a challenge to have it all in one video. So here we have a ground beef, and I paid $19.42 for it. That's a lot of money. So we want to stretch our ground beef, and we want to see how many meals we can make. Now my meals are based on 2 people. There's 2 people in my household. So of course this isn't going to go as far if you have a large family. First thing we're going to make is called barbecue ranch bacon cheeseburgers. And I'm going to share with you the names of the recipes in segments. So right now we're going to be making the ranch bacon cheeseburgers. Now the bacon goes on the cheeseburger after it's made. So basically what we're going to do is barbecue ranch burgers. So let me pan my camera down and we'll get started on this. Years ago, back in the 1990s, there used to be called OAMC, once a month cooking. And I loved the once a month cooking idea, where you take a whole bunch of ingredients, you make it all at once, and you freeze it, and then for a whole month you're able to have instant convenience meals and you don't have to cook. This is somewhat like that. So this is going to be the hamburger challenge. Mixing up hamburgers is really quite simple. We're going to take 2 pounds of ground beef, and now I am going to estimate the pounds. I'm not going to measure it. So this was fresh meat. 2 pounds of ground beef, we are going to add 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce. And I have Sweet Baby Ray's. Now I have my own barbecue sauce, but I like to keep that for things that are very special. To that we're going to add 1/2 cup of ranch dry powdered salad dressing, which is about 1 envelope. That's all it is to it. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to mix up this meat, and then we're going to form burgers with it, and I'll show you something really neat that I have for that. There's just no way to mix up the ground beef that's not messy. Now if you wanted, you could go ahead and put some bacon in it now that's already fried, but I'm going to have that for later. And you can omit the bacon if you want. We're not very big bacon eaters, so alright, so we got it mixed up already. That was real quick. So I'll show you what we do next. I got this at the thrift store, and I'm going to be telling you all about it. But what it is it's to make burgers. So we're going to go ahead, put some of our meat in the bottom of this, and that's what it looks like. We're going to go ahead, lift it out, and that is 1 burger. There we have another one. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish making these burgers, and then I'll show you how I'm going to package them. It has 5 burgers, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 2 burgers on one of these. So this gives us 1 meal, 2.5 meals. Moving right along, we're going to go next to Home Sweet Home's Meatloaf. With a name like that, we can't go wrong. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take 2 pounds of our ground beef. And like I said before, I am just estimating. I may be a little bit off. Alright, to the 2 pounds of ground beef, we are going to add 1/8 ounces of tomato sauce. 1/8 ounces of the Hunt's tomato sauce. And we're going to add 1 14.5 ounce of diced tomatoes drained. I'm going to add 1 cup of breadcrumbs. Tablespoons of brown sugar and 2 eggs. And we're going to mix this up. So we're using the same bowl for all of these projects. So we're going to use the same bowl for the meatloaf as we did for the burgers. We gotta go ahead and mix this up really well. When I was at the thrift store back in the summer, I bought all of these little tin bread pans for 50 cents. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make small mini meatloaves. Now, as you know, I do not focus my main meals on meat. So we will eat vegetables and then we have the meat as the side. So one of these can actually feed us. If we have a starch like mashed potatoes or mac and cheese. So while I paid almost $20 for all of this meat, soon you're going to realize that this is going to be very frugal eating. So now we have 6 of these mini meatloaves, and I'm going to show you what I do to make it extra beautiful presentation. I'm going to put 1 red pepper on top of every one. Just like that. I've seen this done at a high-end grocery store, and I just thought it was so cute. So there we go. Now we have another 6 more meals to put in our freezer. The recipe is called Baked Parmesan Meatballs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take another pound of our ground beef. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. We're going to add 1 of the tomato sauce. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. 1 egg beaten. We'll just mix it in. And we'll add some dehydrated onion. It calls for fresh, but I'm going to use dehydrated. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this up. So really you're not messing up a lot of your utensils because we're basically doing the same thing over and over and over again, but just different meals. And just form meatballs. You can make them little or you can make them big. It's however you choose. So mine are going to be for sandwiches, so I'm going to make them the size of a small slider. Then what we're going to do is we're going to flash freeze these in the freezer, and when they're frozen then we can put them in bags. And then when this is done, we are going to make pizza pockets with the last of our ground beef. So for $20 we made a lot of meals. And now for our very last recipe, and this is called Sloppy Joe Pockets. So what we did is we took 1.5 pounds of ground beef with 1 envelope of Sloppy Joe mix. To that we're going to add 10 ounces of tomato sauce. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to stir this all together. Now I made enough for a double portion, so I will show you how I make a single portion, and I'm going to go ahead and make more of this after I'm done filming this. So we have pizza dough, just a regular pizza dough. Now it calls for refrigerated pizza dough, so you can get that if you want, or you can make your own. I have a recipe of my very own that I will share with you the link. We're going to go ahead and cut this in 4s. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of meat in each center. Then we're going to go ahead, and I'm adding peppers to mine. You can add whatever you want on yours. It shows peppers. So we're going to have a handful of peppers on each one. And then we're going to take some mozzarella cheese and put that in the center of each one. And what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our dough, and we're going to make little pockets with it. Alright, so now I'm going to pan my camera and show you all of the work that we did today. For about $20, it's made my household 15 meals. And I don't think that's too bad at all. Add some potatoes, add some noodles. There's so many things you can do with these recipes. It's so versatile. So we have the mini meatloaves, the ranch burgers. We have all of these beautiful Parmesan cheese meatballs or sliders. Extra meat for our pockets. And there are our Sloppy Joe pockets. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was quite a challenging video to make, but I will share with you the recipes off of my email. So go ahead and email me right here below, and I will send you the PDF files of these recipes with the suggestions on how to use them. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! I just want to report these Sloppy Joe pockets are the most amazing thing ever. Oh my word. They are so good. So if you don't make anything, make them. Wow. Much better than anything you find in a restaurant or store. I'm going to be making these a lot more often.